What's up, DreDay TV, man? It's your boy Dre. Road to 100K, 100K Dre. And now that I got that out the way, I got something to say. So today, I'm back with another Young Thug video. In this one, it says Young Thug lawyer is revealing how Young Thug is being treated inside of the jail. Now, if y'all seen the last video how he was tweaking for a perk and going all crazy, had his head down, I'm gonna go ahead and say Young Thug ain't being treated with you know what I'm saying, the YSL greetings. You know what I'm saying? They ain't in that motherfucker treating that boy like royalty, you know what I'm saying? Because he wouldn't be tripping to get out. That boy not having withdrawals, he going crazy, he panicking. I just don't see Young Thug making it to a year. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So before I get into the video, man, make sure y'all like the video. Go ahead and subscribe if it's your first time watching so you can join the gang, the family, whatever you want to call it. Just hit the subscribe button. We're on the way to 100K, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, without further ado, let's just jump right into it, man.
What's good, Rizzle fam? A lot of videos online tell us about Young Thug's fate, but not many share the truth about his life in jail. Now, we've got Thugger's lawyer finally open up about all the details about Thugger's life that nobody knew before. Young Thug's been in jail for a bit over half a year, and if we know anything about famous people who get locked up and end up being forced into changing their habits, well, it doesn't usually end well. Thugger and his gang from YSL who got slammed with the RICO indictment are not that different. Signs of Young Thug cracking have been there from the very beginning, and it looks to us as if he's really about to lose it. How did we get to this point, and exactly does Young Thug have to go through? Well, here's how it goes. As you may or may not know, Atlanta's very own Young Thug ended up behind bars last year. Thugger, Gunna, and a bunch of other people affiliated with YSL movement were all locked up. Why? Well, according to the story that the prosecutors presented in front of the court, some 20 plus members of YSL are not all doing legitimate business. In fact, they're into some very shady stuff. YSL has been deemed not only a record label, but a criminal gang and a suspicious entity that needs to be.
Well, we know that. Gunna done already told us it's an criminal gang, and we know that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna care. Damn, Young Thug been in jail for a year already? I feel like that shit just happened. That's crazy. Time flying by, man.
Investigate. Seems like they have a lot to answer for, and nobody knew that the boys in Atlanta aren't just making music, but a whole lot more. The news kicked in during the summer of 2020, and the YSL RICO case has been ongoing to this very day. As a matter of fact, it's going to continue for at least another year, because there are so many members waiting trial, it's just impossible to predict when exactly all of them are going to find out their fate. RICO cases like this one can take up to a couple of years to be completely over with, and that's no surprise to anyone who's into legal stuff. However, the YSL boys and Young Thug, they were not expecting things to drag out so much. For the last 7 months, and especially during the month of January, Young Thug's been going in and out of the courtroom, and we don't even know if he's guilty or not. That means that these court visits that Thugger's doing right now are going to take their precious time. Now, that is no good news if you're a Young Thug fan. If you take a look at some of the footage from within the courtroom, you'll quickly realize why that is the case. Young Thug is tired. He's had a lot on his plate, and you start to question whether
that boy ain't tired. That boy's defeated. First of all, you got your head down, bro. That's like automatically an automatic giveaway. You know what I'm saying, bro? We know you guilty. Bro, if it was me, first of all, it would have never been me. But you gotta be you gotta be sitting at least act like you ain't do the shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all know what I'm saying, bro.
or not he'll even be able to make it to the very end of all the procedures. As the things stand right now, he's got to wake up around 5 in the morning every day in order to commute to the courthouse. The hearings last usually from 9 until 5 in the afternoon. Just take a look at how Young Thug is dealing with these long days in court in this video.
That boy's sleepy. He trying to protect that booty hand, man. That nigga, he sleepy. My boy a pillow, man.
This video goes on for at least another minute. It looks pretty bad for Thugger. The fans feel sorry for him, but he's the only person responsible for the crime that he did. One fan wrote.
Hey, so hold on. If y'all see, you know what I'm saying, when he was having that interview, that's $1 million worth of game. Bro, they was telling Thug, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because I feel like when 6ix9ine got caught, I believe it was Fat Joe. Fat Joe was telling him, like, they coming for you. They gonna come for you hard. You better have your P's and Q's, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, cross your T's, dot your I's. I remember Fat Joe telling him, like, bro, they gonna come for you. They gonna come for you. They gonna come for you. And 6ix9ine, being 6ix9ine, he had that ego, like, if they come, then we ready. We ready. You know what I'm saying? All that other stuff. And then, sure enough, they came for 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? And then on $1 million worth of game, I remember, I believe it was Wallow, he was telling Thug, like, hey, man, you know, they tighten up because, you know, when you behind bars, you can't feed your family. You know what I'm saying? You the breadwinner and all this XYZ, YT. You know what I'm saying? And Thugger was looking at him with a smile on his face like, yeah, old head nigga, I hear you, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit don't stink, and then sure enough, they got him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is why I be asking the OGs, the older, you know what I'm saying, the older community, like their opinion, bro, because you gotta understand everything that we are doing in youth, bro. They done already been there, done that. So if it's somebody that can give you game that's older, bro, like you know what I'm saying, like I don't give a damn 50s, 60s, whatever. You really need to listen to them because they did that already. You ain't showing them nothing new. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, Wallow was telling Lil Durk the same thing, bro.
Crime doesn't pay. Hopefully he learns from this. Very sad seeing someone so defeated, but you have to pay for your sins. A fan online thinks he's not broken just yet. Rather, he's just very exhausted from the long-lasting process that the courtroom brings. He said, if you've ever been through this process, he's probably not defeated, but just tired. You get woke up made early, have to sit for mad long in cold at holding cells, and if the courtroom and jail aren't connected, it's even worse dealing with transportation. Now, if you remember from our recent video, Young Thug was involved in some sort of a drug trade-off inside the courtroom 2 weeks ago that included contraband being smuggled inside. If you recall correctly, some perkies were being brought in by Thugger's co-defendant, who went on to hand him the pills right in front of the deputy, who was the assigned security officer.
Why would he do that? You know what I'm saying? Like that don't even sound real, bro. And then the dude in the blue, look at dude in the blue. He just walks his big happy ass up. Like, bro, you had a better chance just throwing it, man. You could have just sneezed and started screaming and threw it. I would have just been shaking like I had like the exorcism in me and just start to like, you know, toss it to him. Bro walked straight up in front of him. Hey, I got that perk. Here, my boy. Nigga. And then he gonna try to leave. No, boy, you going to jail. You walk your ass right to the cell.
The deputy immediately took the pills away and referred to the judge, who postponed the jury selection process because of this incident.
How?
If you connect 2 and 2, you start to realize that the likely reason why Thug was handed these pills in the first place wasn't because Thugger was in desperate need of a hit. Rather, perhaps he was simply trying to cope with everything that's been going his way these last few days. But that's not all the trouble that Thugger has to live with currently. See, those same officers that you see in this short video have apparently been mistreating some of the inmates during their transportation to the courtroom. There was an inmate by the name of Redalius Ryan, who was apparently violently taken out of a police vehicle as the officers were attempting to bring him to the Fulton County Courthouse. The DA representing Mr. Ryan filed a complaint against her because he was bruised up on several spots after one of the commutes took place. As happens quite often, these officers quite often abuse their position of power, and they get away with causing inmates physical and mental pain and suffering. You have to fear the worst in the scenario, Young Thug. There were rumors coming in last year about him living in the harshest of conditions, and it seems like the system is really treating Young Thug and
bro, look at that. They got water on the floor. Is that piss? My man ain't got no blanket. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Where all that money go, bitch?
All the others harshly. Thugger's lawyer Brian Steele had already came out more than once, saying that they're throwing extra shade on Thugger's name on whatever chance they have. It is quite apparent that the prosecutors want him behind bars for good, and that they're willing to go as far as they need to in order to make anything and everything stick to Thugger's name in front of the court of law. Last year, Brian told the press that Thugger had been forced to live through some of the most gruesome conditions that you can imagine. Some of the things he mentioned are solitary confinement / total isolation, a windowless cement compartment with only a bed and toilet and an overhead light which remains on 24 hours per day. The same overhead light is preventing him from catching any sleep or rest, and he's had no access to any type of media. That means no TV, no internet. And lastly, he got no dedicated time for exercise, hygiene, or any human contact aside from his attorneys. Top all that off with constant trips to the courtroom where you have to sit in one place and pretend to be a corpse for 8 hours every single day, and you pretty much understand just in what kind of a sunken place Young Thug must be at this point. All of this is a very troubling experience for Young Thug, and this one comment online made us think about what it means to be taken out of your comfort zone and have your life stripped of any meaning. That's the sign of reality when it hits you. Now, you really start to wonder if Young Thug is ever going to be the same person who he was before he got locked up. His trial is far away from being finished, and nobody knows what his fate is going to be looking like. All arrows point to the possibility that he's going to be found guilty. And if it turns out to be true, who knows how many years he's going to get behind bars. His fans and loved ones can only hope to see Young Thug survive all the pain and obstacles that he's going through right now, the ones that are yet to come his way. But what y'all think about Young Thug's life behind bars? Do you think he's ever going to do music, or is his career something that we can only talk about in the present tense? Let us know what your take is on this terrible situation in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like.
Man, so look, check it out, bro. I'm gonna say this in a nice way possible. I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible, man. Young Thug is done for, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they said that he living in circumstances where he can't do no hygiene, he can't see no internet, he can't watch no TV. He has a light that stay on 24 hours. A little bitty ass light. That boy in a cemented cell, you know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, bro, a little bitty ass bed and a little bitty ass toilet. Young Thug is, then they said this shit can go on for years, so you got to take that into consideration, man, because it's like, this only what, year one going into year two? You know what I'm saying? They said they got other YSL members that haven't even went to trial yet, that haven't even been seen yet. So if Young Thug is cracking right now, bro, you know, I mean, it's only how much more he could take, you know what I'm saying? So that's a scary sight, bro, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell stupid ass. I'm gonna keep up with this story just because, one, I do mess with some of Young Thug music, man, and on top of that, it's like, it's interesting, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to know how long he gonna get, you know what I'm saying? And then it's fucked up that other members from the group told on him and just threw all the shit on him, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I always say, hey, Thugger, if you knew better, you would do better, man. This shit is wild, you know what I'm saying? Like, until the next video, man, let's get it.